we've all heard that one before. I remember that from the Jock Jam days for those of you 90s fans out there. The good old, hey, getting us going for a Friday night of football. The Macy Bulldog Marching Band, gracious enough to be our band of the week. We've seen so much, but we haven't come anywhere near close to seeing it all. With 6 weeks left, lots still to be determined in high school football this season. No doubt Frankfort and Kalkaska both out to make a statement when they squared off in a Northern Michigan Football Conference Legends Division meeting tonight. Both 1-0 in division play, and if you like defense, you're gonna like this a whole heck of a lot. Kalkaska lines up to punt in their own red zone. It's blocked by Colton Wright. I guess this is special teams, but still a good effort. Frankfort falls on it. That's going to give the Panthers possession. Frankfort then has the ball in the red zone, tries to pass, but Nolan Mitchell jumps up and grabs it, takes it away in the sky for the pick this time. The Blazers on offense. Cole Holenbeck, though, he's on Frankfort. He's a big 7-4 fan, does the same thing for the Panthers. Intercept. You've seen Super Bowls, but have you seen interception bowls? Because that's pretty much what we have here in downtown Kalkaska. It would go back and forth because this time it's Cameron Cavanaugh, the stud Blazer on defense, getting the pick. Beautiful stuff there. Then Hunter Sudan, the Blazer QB, is going to drop back and throw a bomb to his wideout Jacob Shire here. Shire makes a nice grab for a Blazer first down, but it's the Panthers who score in the end. They get a nice 14-0 win over Kalkaska tonight. Charlevoix hoping to have a say in the Legends Division race before it's all said and done. Playing in a crossover game tonight against fellow 2-1 squad Grayling. Cam Summers of the Vikings, he's known to do some damage, and damage he does. Cody Dole dishing it out, 24-16, Grayling up 8. Then Summers, he decides he wants 2 more, and he can get it on his own. Runs up the middle there, Bulldog mentality, just like our band, puts him up 10. Forrest Noro for the Raiders. Hands it off now, Jared McLean. Leaning and rocking, lean with it and rock with it. He does it all, just like his buddy Ben Boss in the backfield. Huge gain near the end zone. It's figuring we bring up Boss because BB is going to punch it in right here. That gets the Raiders even closer, 26-22. They later get a pick and a go-ahead score, but it's the Vikings get the most points in the end, winning a shootout in Charlevoix, 48-36. Let's keep the good times rolling. Traverse City West, they've seen a lot in the first few weeks of the year, still without a win. Challenge to get that tonight against preseason favorite in the Big North Petoskey. Tied at 6. Midway through the second, they're slinging. Titans. Carson Rosa finds Austin Cochran ahead of the secondary, 70 yards total. You know it's a good play when the student section changed their name, and that's exactly what the Bleachers Creatures did for a while. Great stuff there. Have to settle for a field goal there by Dylan Grierson, but it gives West the lead, 9-6 over a big name here. Next Petoskey drive, though, Brent Murray. This guy was up and down Thurlby Field multiple times tonight. Go for 65 here, almost to the end zone. Murray with a school record 365 yards. That's courtesy of Drew Kahani and his Twitter feed, and going off that, I trust Drew a lot. Garrett Luntag then finishes the drive off to the far corner of the end zone. Northman, huge win to send West to 0-4 on the season, 27-9. Petoskey wins the early one. Well, you saw a lot of daylight in that highlight because the Trojans draw the nightcap of the doubleheader against Whitehall, a team that's number 3 in Division 4. Vikings through the air, but Shaka Kirksey, shocking no one in the TC Central student fan section, picking the end zone, keeping a close game. Trojans only up 7. Reagan Cotton leading the offense here, passes to Devontae Walker. If it wasn't for grabbing the bottom of the uni there, might have had a score. Drive stalls, Whitehall back at it through the air. 89 yards on this score, and that's got to make Coach Sugars a little worried on the sideline. It's tied up at 21 all. Minutes left in the fourth. Trojans trying to avoid both home teams losing today. Cotton hands it off to Walker, who finishes the job, puts it on ice. 28-21, TCC stays perfect. Huge matchup for them against undefeated Gaylord next week. Curious to see how that one goes. In the Highland Conference, Beale City out to a 3-0 start. Now 4-0. They got to win tonight over Lake City. McBain and Pine River have their eyes set on a playoff spot and maybe still threatening in that conference. Rainbows, great opening drive finished by Seth Barnett. 7-0 McBee. Ramblers running again. Logan Elling has the ball, but caught in a clump. And check this out. Close ball. It's actually going to be ripped out of the hands by Joe Wriggling. For the Bucks, give that possession to Pine River. And in the red zone, Mason Powell, this guy is amazing. Use his legs, count the broken tackles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total on that scamper for 25 yards. Got a little hurt at the end, but he got the 6. Good stuff there. Home crowd loving it. And McBain going through the air now. Bucks had a turnover edge because of stuff like this. Ethan Izenga was the receiver, but it's Tyler Wing, the defender, who comes up with the interception. But McBain gets the last lap, 28-19 winners tonight. Well, still to come, more from the Northern Michigan Football Conference. Also have an update on the Ski Valley race and 8-man. Always good when you say 8-man on a Friday night. That's coming up. I thought that was Jason Derulo. Tyler Cruz Dynamite being covered by the Mesig Bulldog Marching Band. And hey, they're all smiles. They got a big 39-14 win over Brethren, the rivalry for the Brick. They take home the Brick for another year. Congrats to all the Bulldog Nation watching tonight. A few weeks into the new expanded season for the Bridge Alliance Conference in 8-man football, posing the only team without a loss. The Vikings out to a 3-0 start. The conference standings also have Bel Air, Cedarville, and Onaway right alongside them, 1-0 in league play. Although Cedarville beat Onaway tonight, so there's some updates for you. Eagles and Vikings meeting up. Great band out there in Bel Air as well. Vikings right away up 3-0. If we were talking about soccer, I guess we're talking about football. But the Eagles respond right away. Jackson Goodwin throws it to the hands of Michael Nepas. Familiar connection, and the boys do it again, finishing in the end zone. Then Vikings, Travis Sharp. He lived up to his last name tonight. Takes off down the field, tripped up. That doesn't seem to bother him that much, though. After he crosses the goal line, Posen jumps out to a 9-3 lead. Again, the Vikings making plays. This time, Skylar Tolgetsky. My art teacher in elementary school was named Mrs. Tolgetsky. I wonder if they're related. Either way, Skylar making some art happen on the field right there. Good run. Eagles looking to make a big play at the end. End up making a costly mistake. It's an interception, just like that Kalkaska-Frankfurt game. This time, it's Sharp. And that's the story of how this goes for the rest of the night. Posen puts up another big scoring night, 42-12 winners over the Eagles. Boyne City at 3-0, opening up NMFC Leaders Division play tonight, hosting Kingsley. Stags hoping to pad the resume with a win over the Ramblers. Kingsley not wasting time. Nathan Shar, the QB, chucks it to Tyler Case. And we're going to say the case is closed. Stags up 7-0 on that possession. But Boyne City gets it. We just had to show this one. Mason Gardner nearly overthrows it, but Tanner Cruzel bobbles it and makes the catch. Let's take a look at a replay, because that was kind of hard to see in the first look, but that's what the beauty of post-production does. Gives us the opportunity to take a closer look at Tanner reeling that one in, which leads to this Gardner finding Taryn Bell, takes it to the house, 7-7. Of course, the Stags would answer back. We would expect a good matchup between these two. Shar sneaks it to Connor Abear, who dives into the end zone. Questionable, not quite so much. I'm going to give it the Dana Bryan yes chant on that one. He's in 14-7. Not for long, though. Boyne City's Gardner finds Cruzel. Again, I mean, his brother's trying to be a long snapper in the NFL, so we know this guy's got to be talented. Another bobbled catch. He's going to sneak his way into prep plays of the week. Ramblers tied at 14, only going to win big 55-28. 13th straight regular season win over Kingsley. TC St. Francis, 3-0, outscoring opponents 132-0. Visiting Benzie Central tonight. Glad's open with a kickoff. Brady Buell doing the damage. Michael Hoffer runs it back for the Huskies. Runs into a kind of a wall of Glad's, ends up coughing up, gets it, recovers it. Buell, the guy who kicked it off, recovers the fumble. You don't see that too often, so good aggressive play there by the entire special teams, especially Buell on that one. SF takes advantage. Joe Coates to Joe Trucco. Joe to Joe. Cup of Joe after that, you know, if they want to stay up late. 21 yards for the score, 7-0. Then Coates rolls out, goes deep. Jacob Klinglesmith is there on the deep end of the pool, or the end zone, I guess. 14-0. Benzie would end the Glad's defensive scoreless streak, but St. Franny wins again, 69-19, setting up a huge meeting with Boyne City next week. A lot to talk about in the Ski Valley Conference. First, some key scores. St. Ignace out to a 4-0 start. They're 4 wins, 0 losses. I'm having a terrible time saying that this week. 34-0 was the win over Inland Lakes. They're undefeated. They've got a huge matchup with Joburg. The Lewiston Cardinals also won 54-0. They're 4-0 over Gaylord St. Mary. 2 undefeateds duking it out next week in Joburg. Likely be our game of the week, although there's a lot of big game of the weeks. We'll have a lot to discuss in the committee over the weekend. Mansalona Forest area, both looking for the first conference win this year. Dylan Durr hands it off to his back, Chase Ritchie. And Ritchie does the rest. Speeds past the Warrior D and puts the Ironmen up by a few scores to start the second half. This time Ritchie gets it on the reverse, following his blockers, makes a nice cut, gets another Ironman first down. Chris Nielsen takes it in this time, breaks multiple tackles, and drags the Warrior defense as the Ironmen get it down on the ground tonight. But the Warriors aren't giving up yet. Lucas Garcia gets a nice hit, stuffs the Ironman defense in the third quarter, kind of like propels him to the ground. Big road win for Mansfield in the end, 58-12. All right, that'll do it for me at the desk, but as we all know, we close out hometown highlights with one more performance from our guest marching band, the Mesig Bulldogs. Give it up.